Good evening and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I want to thank those of you who have tuned in to the Dua TV radio today and joined the Million Man March rally and the Ninas Million March rally. I want to particularly thank Omoba Dejoke, one of our heading the presenters there, anchoring over there in the US, and the team, Arule and TJ, for the sterling work they've been doing all throughout the day, the tireless work they're doing. And of course, I want to thank everybody, all of the people that have come down on the day. The numbers were small at the beginning, but they were swelling. And from what we are hearing, there's about between 500 to 1,000 people there today. That is success by any measure one cares to look at it. And we can only expect more people to come from what they've said. More people are going to be coming tomorrow. So please do join us tomorrow. I want to say thank you very much to Jean May as well, from Nina's, and to all of the speakers that have been on the platform speaking and joining the protest and the walk, and in front of the UN. And this will continue. And everybody involved, Joseph and all of that, other people as well, and those who are on the various platforms streaming this video that was shared already, shared via Ududua TV radio, and all of the other presenters as well. We want to thank everybody. This is a job. This is something that we all have to get engaged in. You see, this process is something that is showing us how, when we work together collaboratively, we can achieve our aims. We don't need to change, the organizations where we have. We just need to just work together. That is really what it's about, and that was exemplified with what happened today. It's not perfect by any means, but that's telling us a pointer to where we need to go. All of us are involved in this, and we must lend our support to our collective goal of getting Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, Middle Nation, and we mustn't relent. So I thank you all once again, and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please do subscribe to us. Just go down and click the link, please. We do appreciate that. And also, please, at this point, we take the opportunity to say to you there, if you do want to donate, the account is scrolling across the screen, and just take that number down there and take the various Cash App, WhatsApp, and Cash App, PayPal, UK account. And if you do want to donate to us via the account we have in Yoruba land, get in touch with us. We don't want to give that out, like that. That will be helpful. Thank you. So now today, let's get this right. A minister comes onto this show here, and he starts telling us now that, what's he saying again? Bandits. When they talk about, they're not bandits, they are terrorists. They are terrorists, and the government should not be pardoning terrorists. But of course they do. And here's why they shouldn't. It says here, so I'm trying to give you what should happen in terms of everybody's fine, is entitled to respect. Let me see. I'm trying to find a section where they talk about you'll be tried, So any person who is arrested or detained shall have the right to remain silent, avoid answering questions until after the consultation with a legal practitioner or any other person of his own choice. Any person who is arrested, detained shall be informed in writing within 24 hours in the language that he understands the facts and the grounds and his arrest and detention. Any person who is arrested, detained, and condition shall be brought to the court of law. Thank you very much. I want you to look at that. I want you to look at this bit here. Section, right, 35, 4. I want you to look at this. To tell you that they do not apply. I keep telling you all that these people do not apply the Constitution to Fulanis. The Fulanis are above the Constitution. Now, I'm going to bring this up. Let's listen to what the minister is saying, because if I'm saying it, it won't make any sense to you. But I want you to read. I'm going to read this to you. Any person who is arrested or detained in accordance with subsection of this section shall be brought to the court before a court of law within a reasonable time. If not, is tried within a period 2 months, 3 months, and all that. Right. Okay. So Now, they should be brought to court. Anyway, I can go and read the things further on, but let's put that to one side for 1 second. And I want you to listen to a minister talk about bandits. Then I will bring that again. Here we go.
Their arms and give them amnesty.
You see, when you talk of amnesty, it's a relative term. And what the federal government is trying to say is that let us see those who have surrendered their arms, let us listen to them, let us chronicle them, let us receive them. We cannot just throw these people away because.
Right. Let me just go and say something again. Please, I want you to listen again. Listen again, please. Listen, then I'll bring this point to you. Listen, please, listen. Now let's go back again. Listen to what it says about when they are arrested. Listen, and then I'll then bring this to point.
Those who have surrendered their arms, let us listen to them.
Hang on.
It's a relative term. And what the federal government is trying to say is that let us see those who have surrendered their arms, let us listen to them, let us chronicle them, let us receive them. We cannot just throw these people away because they are all Nigerians.
Surrendered their arms after they killed. Shouldn't they be tried? Because they've admitted they've killed. And you've said in your words that, oh, they've been killing, but they're still Nigerians. Shouldn't they also be tried?
Nigerians, of course, they are criminals, they have committed atrocities.
Right. They are criminals, they have committed atrocities. Now, right there. Let me play that again. Listen to these words.
Receive them. We cannot just throw these people away because they are all Nigerians. Of course, they are criminals, they have committed atrocities.
Pause. They are criminals and they have committed atrocities. Very important point. Now, look at this. I want you to look at this. Section 4, Section 33.4, 35.4 says, any person who is arrested or detained in accordance with this subsection shall be brought to the court before the court of law within a reasonable time, and if not, tried within a period. So they should be brought. The operative word is they should be brought before a court of law. You can see it. Notice that the minister does not talk about being brought to court. They are talking about immediate pardon. They are not going through the legal process. So the Fulanis are protected from going through the legal process. The Boko Haram terrorists are protected from going through the legal process. Very important point, and I want to make sure that we understand that. It is a very important point that I wanted to make, and it is, you can see, you heard the minister say it. So let me just say, I'm going to just put something there quickly because it's a very important point. So let me just make sure, give me a minute please, because this is very important points to make. So So 1 minute, please. Going through the So 1 second, please. I just need to put this down. Very important point to make here. Because when you're making this kind of point, it's very important to actually note it. Because that way it sharpens the mind of people who are going to hear that information. The idea is to make you think in a different way and understand quite what they have done to us. The contraption. The contraption. So the government have decided. I want you to listen. So the key word you want to look for here is this: shall be brought before a court of law. Shall be brought before a court of law. Let me highlight it. Can I highlight it? Court of law. Now you can add within a reasonable time if you want, but they should be. But listen to this again. I'm reiterating this point. I'm actually reiterating it because the government is acting like a protector. Not act. The government is protecting the Fulani terrorists, preventing them from ever going through the judicial process. They are not letting them go through the judicial process. They simply are not, because they say they are pardoned. They can be pardoned after they've gone through the process and it's been noted and documented, but they're not allowing it to happen. Very important point here. Now, let me go in here again. So let me just listen to this, what he's saying here. Listen.
Committed atrocities, they have committed crimes, but according...
You see? Now, at that point, when they committed crimes, they should go through the legal process. Is that not the judicial process? Is that not the case? Do you agree? But they're not. But listen to this.
To the international law, when
straight away now, he just completely bypasses our constitution, so-called constitution, and talks about international law. You said they are criminals. In one breath, they are criminals. But in the next breath, you're now talking about international law, bypassing our own constitutional laws. What they're doing there is telling you that the Fulanis are not part of that. The laws of that constitution are not applicable to Fulanis. Do you get it? Do you get what I'm saying? Let me just show you this now. They shall be, under normal circumstances, if you were a Southerner, you will be brought before the court of law. Look at what they did with with all of the 12, Abuja 12, who have been illegally, they went into Oloye's house, shot 2 people dead, arrested, including Lady K. They took them to the court of law, even though we know it's wrong. They didn't do it. Those people did nothing wrong. The government actually went in without warrant, but they still put them through the court of law. But the Fulani terrorists killing people. Let me show you a picture again of Gumi with them, just so I can bring this in your mind. Very important to bring that back and remind us all. Let me see if I can find the picture. Let's just go and do something. I just need to get this right. It's very important. I might not stay too long, but I'm trying to show you the hypocrisy of the government. Where are we going now? Sorry about this. I'm sorry. I'm just tired, but I do want to do this because it's very important. Some things are just, you have to just do it because it's not, it's, okay, now. You can see Gumi. You can see Gumi with terrorists. Look at them terrorists sitting with guns. Can you see that? That's who they're sitting with. That's who Gumi is sitting with. Now, let's make that small. Guns. And they are being protected. They are not even going through the judicial process. That's what we're facing. Now let's listen on to what he has to say.
You surrender from a war zone, you are not...
So they are admitting that it is a war zone. Who made it a war zone? The Fulanis. They are the ones with the guns. Remember, Southerners are not allowed to carry guns. So they are admitting that they are creating a war zone. They are admitting. He said his words. Listen to his words, though. Listen to his words.
Committed atrocities, they have committed crimes, but according to the international law, when you surrender from a war zone,
so they agree. Minister Mamadou Dingyadi admits that Nigeria is a war zone. Let me just make sure we put that down. Yeah? So let's just make sure. Minister Muhammad, yeah, Dingyadi. Listen to this. He admits that we are in a war zone. He admits that it is a war zone. Let me play it back again so you can hear it. I'm sorry, it might take some time, but I want you to hear this bit.
Away because they are all Nigerians. Of course, they are criminals. They have committed atrocities. They have committed crimes. But according to the international law, when you surrender from a war zone, you are not.
You hear that? When you surrender. We need to separate from corruption Nigeria as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. A war zone in their eyes.
Killed or you are not maimed, you are allowed to have your say. We are listening to them. We are trying to see how we can integrate them into the larger society.
Shouldn't it be that before they are integrated, they are actually processed through the judicial system, as in any person who is arrested shall be detained in accordance with this subsection of the section, or shall be brought to before a court of law within a reasonable time? They are not brought before the court of law because they are Fulanis. The Constitution, the English Constitution, is meant for Southerners. The English Constitution is meant for Southerners, not Fulanis. Remember, he's saying, these words are, let's listen on to what he's saying.
But the question of giving the
amnesty, yes, you got there in the end. Yes, we know. Carry on.
in what we used to know amnesty, I don't think that is the way to go. What we are trying to do is to get them settled in their various communities, to let them have a kind of means of livelihood so that they can integrate peacefully and honorably into the larger society.
Sorry.
I would wear the perfect tracksuit to walk around, to do my errands.
Rehearsal, I would definitely dance in it. I would definitely do a nice shoe with it.
The tracksuit is what I'd wear when I wake up really, really late.
So the window for any of the bandits who want to surrender is still open.
Oh, was all pleasure. Anybody wishing to surrender and do it honorably and honestly, government is ready to listen. Government is ready to see what they can do to settle them down.
But before you do that, the Constitution states that any person who is arrested or detained, shouldn't they be, even if they give themselves up, they need to be arrested, shouldn't they? They should be counted for, log cataloged, so we know who they are, what crimes they've admitted to, so they are tried in a court of law. Shouldn't they? Because if you let them go, they kill again. So they need to be documented. So if you do not keep a record of them, how do you know how many people they've killed? Because by not putting them through the process, they are not able to give, you're not allowing records of what they've done to be kept. This is why we need to separate from contractual Nigeria. This essential point. Anyway, let me just show you again. The Fulani gunmen, the Boko Haram terrorists, they are protected from going through the judicial process by the Fulani government. They are. Plain fact. Now, let's listen
on. Without much cost, to ensure that as a nation we have responsibility to our citizens, we integrate them with the little that we can afford to give them. And
so, Southerners deserve to be killed, and Fulanis protected and pampered, given AK-47s. That's your idea of citizenship for Southerners. Southerners to be killed in our farms, in our homes, raped, tortured, our heads cut off, our women raped, men raped. But Fulanis deserve to be protected and reintegrated, even though they kill, without going through the court process. Is that correct? That's what you're saying about One Nigeria. Please, One Nigeria people, I want you to understand the points being raised here. I want you to really comprehend what we're just saying to you right here, right now. One Nigeria is a mirage, it's a lie. These guys want to take the land in the south. I've told you umpteen times that their idea is they see the south as conquered territory. It's time we stood up. There are not as many as we are. If we stood up together collectively, we will defeat them. And they must go back to Futajalon. Let me do my usual stuff when it comes to that. Every time I say Futajalon, I always like to back it up with evidence as well. Let's do this. So, I'm going to do this. Okay. Let's see. That's where they must go back to. They must go back there. They must go back there. This man must go back there. So when he's talking, I'm going to leave that there.
We'll continue to monitor what they are doing in their various communities to ensure that they don't go back to the bad old days of armed banditry and the rest of them. We will monitor.
They are not armed. It's not armed banditry. They are terrorists. When a man carries a gun and kills, they are terrorists. They're Fulani terrorists. They're not bandits. They are terrorists. And they're Fulani terrorists that you refuse to prosecute. People who have not carrying guns are put in jail, beaten up. How many of the Fulani terrorists are beaten up? There is no one Nigeria. Let's get this right. There's no one Nigeria.
Monitor them, and we will ensure that they don't go back to the bad.
No, you are perfecting it. You protect them from the law.
Old days of kidnapping and armed banditry.
Several months ago, Minister, you promised some far-reaching reforms within the police structure and the organization. Can you tell us which of these reforms have taken effect?
You see, Sheon, when you talk about reforms,
I'm going to post that there. I don't want to go on for reforms. We're going to stop there. I don't want to take this more, any more longer than it is. I just want to focus on this particular point. And the point is this. You've heard from the minister that they see Nigeria as a war zone because he starts quoting amnesty, that under amnesty, anybody who fights and is in a war zone can give up. If they give up the arms, they can be pardoned if they rehabilitate. They are rehabilitated. Fine, that's what you said. But also in our law, if somebody is arrested or they give themselves up and they admit to a crime, they should be tried in the court of law before a pardon is applied to them. The Fulani government are protecting Fulani terrorists. at every step of the way. That's what I'm here to say about this. There's another video I'll do again separately, but this here is where I'm going to stop. I want to put a stop to this video. I want you to read this video and understand, share this video. Understand that the Fulani government are protecting Fulani terrorists and Boko Haram terrorists. They're protecting them by not putting them through the courts. And the person who is arrested or detained in accordance with subsection 1 of this section shall be brought to before a court of law within a reasonable time. Section 1. Every person shall be entitled to his personal liberty. No person shall be deprived of such liberty, save in the following cases, in accordance with the policy of law. Sentence of order by reason of failure to comply with the court order, bringing before him a court and in execution of court order, suspicion of having committed criminal offense. C. Look at that. For the purpose of bringing him before a court in execution of the order of a court, or upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed a criminal offense to such an extent as may be reasonably necessary to prevent his committing a criminal offense. Further broken down for you. Those who say, oh, we repent, they've committed a criminal offense. They should be tried. But the federal government is making sure that every single Fulani who's said I've killed are pardoned. They don't go through the judicial process. But as a Southerner, you are forced to go through the judicial process. So, moreover, more to the point still, let me just make one more point. So, it's important to understand, to prevent his committing criminal offense, he has to go through that judicial process, processed, documented, and then not rehabilitated, and then trained, prepared for coming out, and do assessment to see if he's likely to come out. We're talking months. They are let go immediately. They say, oh, we repent. And they kill again. The government is not preventing crimes committed by rehabilitating Boko Haram in such a short space of time. They are allowing criminality to deepen. That's what this is showing you. And of course, 4, they shall be brought before a court of law. So you're looking at 1C. Prevent them from committing crimes by arresting them, putting them in jail. But the Fulanis, if you're a Fulani man, you don't go through that. They don't. Because what they do is that they pardon, they don't even see the 4 walls of a court. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this makes sense. This is yet more reason why we introduce man to contraption Nigeria. RIP One Nigeria. Yoruba Nation now, Biafra Nation now, Middle Belt Nation now. We must separate. I will see you all tomorrow at the protest, in the New York protest. We will do the streaming from Oduduwa TV Radio, and do join us for further updates. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen Network, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you for watching. Before you go, we would urge you to please subscribe to Citizen AY. Subscribe to Citizen AY, hit the notification button, and give us the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you and goodbye.